Hello folks, Simulation for the Nation here. Welcome to what is going to be the review of current progress for Farmer Phil's map here in Longford. Now, we've got a lot of work to do. This here is how we started. Let's see how we've got on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We've made a bit of a start. There's a long way to go, but I think a lot of you who follow Farmer Phil will be able to see some similarities and recognize some key landmarks from his yard. So, let's have a look around at what we've done, shall we? We've been busy. We've been installing our mill shed, or our meal shed here, as is known. We've got a long shed here. This is going to have a lot of work done to it still, because in real life, there's been a lot of work taking place inside there as well. So we need to crack on and make sure that's adequate. But for right now, it's a bit of a placeholder. I have put in not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but 6 cattle yards into this shed so far, or into this yard. So you have 6 different pens that you can store cattle into here. This is our calf shed. It needs a bit of clutter and a bit of decoration added into it there. And also maybe a little sick pen here. But you have, in all reality, the same number of sheds to put cows in as Farmer Phil. And the rest of the bunch put it in real life there, which is really good. So you'll see all the icons are in. Some of them need to be adjusted around, but you can see what that looks like as we have a wander through. We can even, for example, come around the back here. This is where you're going to feed these. Ignore the BGA over there. That is just there because that's where the game's placed it so far. That white thing, ignore that. That is a measuring guard I use. But you got your feeding alleyway through here. 2 different sets of cattle on either side there. And they all need feeding up. Around the side here, then you got a few more there as well. So 3 different bays in this shed alone. Which is really cool. You got one big one over there. You've got the old wooden shed, as I refer to it as, a bit of a patched up shed. Now what I'm thinking of doing with this as well is actually making this an option where, because recently, whilst Farmer Phil was away, there's been a bit of work done to this. It's been patched up and repaired in places. So as you'll see right now, there's a few bits missing. This has got like just a bit of a blockade up against it, but we could repair that. And as we come on through the feeding passageway here, you feed inside here, you feed the blocks on the right here, and then the block on the left are fed from the far side. But you'll see on this side here, the shed's a bit worn down and a bit battered in places, but we could make that where you have to press a switch or activate a trigger, and it will turn this from this state into brand new and fixed. Coming around the side, there's your feeding trough to feed up here as well. And then finally the big shed down the bottom here as well, with your farm feed passage going all the way through and around out the back of the slurry tank. Slurry tank is in, and that is going to have a trigger there for this shed. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep it just like that or maybe add some more in. But you've got your slurry lagoon there, which you can use. And around the corner here and back out you come. So these cattle sheds have taken a long time to come in, but they're finally in. I think they're starting to look quite good, and I'm really pleased with how they've all come together, given that rustic feel. You come around this side of the yard, you've got the huge silage pit that we're going to put collisions in, so and a bunker here, so you can just make this as big as you need to, blanket all over. If you're going to be bringing any beet in, then of course you can do that. And that will be through here, where you'll have 2 different silos that you can store your beet in there nice and easily. This is your meal shed. Now this one will have a lot of different clutter inside of it, which you will be able to remove so you can use the shed. And also, I do know that there's been a lot of talk about Farmer Phil maybe doing some additional work on this one, on the machinery pad that this will be here. There's going to be an idea to actually change the back of this, maybe make it into a bit more of a grain store with some sliding doors on the front to put meal into and keep it a bit more vermin proof, and then maybe put like some kind of lean-to on the back for a grain dryer. Gonna wait to see what happens with that one, and if it does, then we'll probably stick that onto here as well. But for now, at least, it's in. This is the newly added on, or this will be the newly added on machine storage area that backs onto the silage pit at the end there. And if we take a little bit of a ride, a little bit of height, you'll see we've started putting a little bit of detail in places there. We've got the tires around the back of the silage pit as well, some trees in there. Now you can see there's an awful lot of work left to do, and this is only just the starting point. But the hours that have gone into this yard alone are pretty sizable. Only just last night did I actually finish off the new carbon pen area. So you got his grain bin there, that I actually want to kick that up a little bit. But you got your cake bin there, and then you've got the new pens and the setups there. And they're all in place, and the lights, which will, as we click through into the evening, the lights will come on as well, so you'll all be looking set. What I want to do is, because now I can see this in game, I'm going to have to just kick this up a little bit just so we can get this out of the ground, but that won't be a problem. And yeah, it's looking good. So this is, we had to wait for a while because I knew this yard was being worked on there. So that's the one side done. And then we need to add the detail and fix this side, because in here, this was originally like this, but this is now a piggery. So we need to make that reflected in real life and add in the changes and make that fit. So we'll have to do that. And then these ones, again, we'll add a load of clutter in, a load of junk that you can remove to make it look a little bit more realistic there. And just add things in so that you, the player, can actually change this around and make it do what you want it to do, really. Yeah, it's going to be a tight yard in places. For example, around here, you can get around easily if you take your time and you're careful with a tractor and a feeder wagon, and then you can pull straight into there, but you've just got to take your time with it. And similarly for all of the different feed and pastures as well, shouldn't be a problem. I've actually kept this trailer, this shed here a little bit further away from this shed, and also because these two gable lens are kind of a bit closer to each other in real life. I kept them apart a little bit just so it gives you a little bit more of an arc for a swing around there as well. Straightforward. Down below there you've got your big muck pit, and this is going to be a shed full of stuff. It's just a bit of a rundown shed, which is a storage area really. And then you will have, this is where some of the machinery was kept before the storage yard was made. So that will go out to a field down there, and then around the corner here as well you're gonna have another track down here which will take you out to where you need to go. So that's all to come. The road section will be one of the next things I take care of, the main road, but for me to do that I need to build a bridge over the canal first so I can actually use that to model in the rest of the road. So we'll get onto that one. Turf sheds is going to be decorational, and then things like this old grain bin as well, decorational. This shed, the textures have changed a little bit and the scale is quite large, but it is in mainly as a placeholder for now because I don't really know what that shed looks like, to be honest. So we've just kind of guessed and we stuck it in. Now what's cool is if you come on into the into our construction and you hit demolish, you can actually delete all of the cattle sheds. All of the main cattle buildings are placeable. So if they didn't have any cows in there, you could clear it out and do something else. So if you don't like how the yard's set up, or if you wanted to play Farm Sim as Farmer Phil with bottomless budget and you want to redesign his entire yard, you've got the ability to do that. And you will be able to quite easily, actually. I'll show you with the one down the bottom because that's just got the one cattle yard in and it's nice and easy to get out. So I can go into here, click on there and sell them all. Just like that. And then we'll go into placeables, into construction. And there it goes. Gone. So you can do that for the meal shed, for all of the cattle sheds, for the slurry lagoon as well. And you can also do it for the these two bunkers on the side here. Right now, everything else is placeable and that might stay the same. That might change. I haven't fully decided yet. The house will stay there. The small bits of decoration around the yard will stay there as well. But at least that gives you the option to really transform this yard around if you want. So moving on to what's going to be next, really. I want to, I'm not happy with these textures. They're just placeholders again. That wall will be made to look a little bit better. We've got a road to build into here because I don't like having just plain textures like this. I like a properly built road. I need to find a place for the BGA that's not staying there. I can tell you that. And then we're going to go over and build the workshop sheds. That will be next. Here's the start of the road at least. It's going to zip up there. And yeah. We've got a little fence in here. There's two paddocks on either side. The main road will be just kind of at the end of that hedge there, really. That bends around. So pretty much where the BGA is, to be honest. This is our little paddock, and this over here will be where the main workshop shed is. Where the storage shed for the forager and the combines, where the garages and Phil's house and his mum and dad's place as well. So we need to get all that dialed in. That's going to be the next piece, and then that's going to be like the two hubs built, and everything else after that is going to be field work. Got a canal to build in here as well, which is going to be the first time for that one, and it's going to start to come together, but we're getting there. It's come a long way. I'm hoping over the next month or so to really kick on and make a lot of different changes with the this end of the yard, and then we will see. But let me know what you think so far, what you're looking forward to, and what you'd like to see added in from Farmer Phil's videos there in particular. We are, based off how the map's been set up there, the amount of land we're going to get is probably going to cover about 90% of the farm, given that there's some new ground down there as well that's been taken on board. So been messaging them backwards and forwards about that just to see what that looks like. But ultimately, it's starting to, bit by bit, we're piecing it together. So, with that being said, we're going to leave it here. Just sort of want to bring you a bit of an update because a lot of you asked to see it and see how we're getting on. So I hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't yet to do so, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more updates, and we will see you all in the next one. Till then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, and we'll catch you later.